Namaskar, good evening. You're watching Times Now Live and I'm Swati Joshi. Almost 2 weeks after the rape and murder of a trainee doctor at Kolkata's RG Medical College, a polygraph test on the main accused, Sanjay Roy, ex-principal, along with others, is underway. The polygraph test on Sanjay Roy is being conducted in the prison where he is lodged, while the remaining 6, including former principal Sandeep Ghosh, 4 doctors who were on duty during the night of the incident, and a civic volunteer, are undergoing the test at the agency's office in Kolkata. Top sources have provided Times Now with exclusive details on CBI's investigation, its line of questioning for the accused Sanjay Roy. Now, the questions include whether the prime accused, Sanjay Roy, had any involvement with the Kolkata police, if he was involved in extorting money from patients. The agency is investigating whether Roy committed the crime and is seeking clarity on his whereabouts on the morning of 10th of August. That's when he was arrested. The CBI is also investigating Sanjay Roy's activities on 8th of August, including a visit to RG Hospital at 11 p.m., his departure from the hospital after 30 minutes and his return after 4 hours. Questions are also being raised about Roy's visit to the seminar hall and whether he might be the victim of any kind of setup. Times Now has also obtained exclusive information about CBI's line of questioning of Sandeep Ghosh, who was the ex-principal of the RG Medical College. These include whether Sandeep Ghosh knew the accused Sanjay Roy. The CBI is also investigating whether the crime scene was deliberately altered and how did the accused gain access to even the emergency ward. Also, the CBI is probing whether the victim was assaulted and why the victim's parents were misinformed about their daughter's condition. The CBI is questioning why the parents were told it was a case of suicide and if Sandeep Ghosh, who was the principal then when the crime was committed, has been involved in any interference with the investigation. Times Now has also obtained line of questioning for the 4 doctors involved in the case. It includes whether the victim had reported any harassment. CBI is also probing who was on night duty on August 8, who ordered and paid for dinner that night, and what the doctors did after exiting the hall. Questions also include when the doctors first heard about the crime and whether they are facing threats, coercion, or coaching. The news is tightening on ex-principal Sandeep Ghosh as new revelations have come to fore. Times Now has accessed hospital documents showing financial irregularities at RG Hospital since 2021. Sandeep Ghosh was involved in setting up a skill lab in the college, and the money allocated for this lab was 3 times the actual cost. The cost of the skill lab at RG Hospital was over 2 crores 97 lakhs to be precise, while a similar lab at Diamond Harbour Hospital cost just over 61 lakh rupees. Times Now had an exclusive conversation with a junior doctor who met the CBI officials. The doctor said that the CBI refused to answer their questions but promised that they would crack the case as soon as possible.
It is a very formal conversation. We went to the CBI CGO complex to know the clarification and the progress and the status of the investigation, and they have told that they are not answerable to us or to anyone. They are only answerable to Supreme Court. And they have told that just keep faith on us. We are on the right track. As soon as possible, we'll crack this case. That's it. We all know that the crime scene has been compromised, and that's why we went to the CGO complex and to discuss this. That who have done this.
All right, let's open this up. We're joined by Shatrupa, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We have Asif Ansari, political analyst, and Seher Bhamla, social activist. Let me first, in fact, begin with Seher Bhamla. Good evening to all of you. Seher Bhamla, here we are talking about a case that has sent shockwaves across the nation. Today, the protests that are taking place are not just to demand justice in this one case, but a safe and secure work environment for the entire medical fraternity, especially the females. And the lapses that have come to fore. One of the judges who was hearing the case said he's never seen such things in his entire career in 30 years.
Hello?
Yes, Seher Bhamla, can you hear me?
Yeah. So I wanted to put my point across that there are 30,000 rape cases happening every year in India. And if you see over the years, the number has significantly increased, and we're tired of this endless cycle where every few years a girl has to die an awful death so people wake up. And we're tired of the politics where instead of justice, we only see mudslinging. I don't understand how politics becomes a part of every single thing because, there are different governments and different states, and we still have the same situation for women's safety in all of India. Women are not safe anywhere in this country, and we need to address this. And in all of India, police refuses to give victims first priority. The police refuses to address the crisis at the moment. So that's a problem. It's not only in Kolkata. We've seen over the past few days there has been a case in Uttar Pradesh. There has been so many cases in Bombay, in Badlapur, where there are young minors who are being raped miserably by minors. So since
absolutely, you have addressed the larger issue. But when you get to the when you get to the finer details, like where did the crime took place, which state, what is the role of the government in terms of taking action, what is the role of the police officials, the administration there, I believe that's where, the political reactions come in. That's where it becomes political, which is unfortunate. I want to bring in Shatrupa. Shatrupa, when Seher Bhamla talks about rape incidents of molestation, sexual assault, crime against women in the entire country, it's not just one party that can be held accountable.
Yes, Swati, I completely agree with Seher, although she's absolutely young. I think she's a little girl. Rape against women, any kind of injustice against women has been happening from prehistoric times, almost from Puranic times to hear this. The difference is, what are we doing about it? Yes, it is a social evil. It is, women are kind of used as an instrument of punishment. You've done this, so this, if rape is inflicted on you, that is the worst possible punishment. That is the kind of logic that this society has. Now, even if I represent, I do represent the Bharatiya Janata Party, then also I will say that yes, there have been incidents across India where I think my top leadership is often ashamed of. There are things that one cannot control. What comes to the question is, what are we doing about it? And that is where I come from West Bengal, where West Bengal has a woman chief minister who should be the first person to understand the agony that any woman goes through. A rape on a woman is not only physical injury, she's mentally traumatized the rest of her
Absolutely.
life. Survives. This basic thing our chief minister refuses to understand. She goes around justifying. Now, this is where I want to go beyond politics. For the last so many rapes which have happened in West Bengal, she has been justifying. Acha, so and so was a miscalculation between the client and the customer. So and so was a little girl who was 14-year-old girl gets raped. And she goes and justifies that, find out whether she was having an affair, whether she was being raped.
I want to bring in Asif Ansari at this point. Asif Ansari also, when you say what... No, I'll come back to you for a quick counter, but I want to bring in Asif Ansari also when you say, what are we doing about it? The procedural lapses that came to fore in this particular case has shocked even the Supreme Court. Post-mortem is done even before unnatural death is reported. The crime scene is cordoned off after everything is over. The cremation is done in a hurried manner. Does that not raise suspicions?
Madam, just let me say that it's been almost 10, 12 days that the case has been going on, and there is a lot of hue and cry all across the country. We have seen the similar cases which are happening across the country, even in the Badlapur, what has happened. I'm not justifying the case, what has happened in Bengal. That can be justified what has happened in Badlapur, because it is going to be totally politicized. Because two wrong things cannot make any one thing right. My point, on the same day, on the first very day when I come to your channel, and today only, I am telling there should be a holistic development to the women's protection. If there is only one lapses, one rape has happened, this is condemnable from the basic point of human natures and the atrocity against the women. I personally condemn, and everybody in this country or in the whole world will condemn the women's atrocity. And this rape is totally heinous.
No, one second, you're not answering. You're talking about a lot of things. You're not answering my question. And when the court pulls up the police for procedural lapses, that's not politics.
If there is, again, I am coming to a point, if the case in the court, the CBI is probing the court, and the case in the apex judiciary It is not in the session court, nor it is in the high court of the state. It has been here in the apex court of the Indian judiciary, the Supreme Court. Let Supreme Court to bring all the person accountable for the negligence. Even if the administration is there, the principal is there, and his friend, which are the latest sub-development has come, the graphic test is going, the light test is going on. Let it happen. Let the crime to be dig from the minor position, microscopic. Don't let anything to happen in the next time of the thing.
But that's their allegation. That's their allegation that there were multiple attempts made to cover up. The allegation is that the crime scene was altered. Who did that needs to be found out. I want to bring in Seher Bamla. Go ahead.
Okay, so you know what, but since I heard everything what the gentleman mentioned, and at this time, we would imagine that our authorities, our protectors, our security forces, our police would be more alert, more careful, more on their feet to protect the women, the children, the minors of our country. But I actually hear cases happening in my neighborhood.
Yes.
I stay in Bandra. It has never, I've not heard in a while, but you know, since there's no justice, you know, even men are getting more confidence, I feel, to do things. Now you tell me one thing. Why did it, I'm just bringing this in, why did we take 10 years to punish Nirbhaya's rapist? That girl did not even get 10 minutes of release. She was on her deathbed. Because of them, why did she take 10 years? Why did we take 10 years to punish the criminals that accepted their crime? And what are we trying to, I mean, what is our law and order trying to do at this point of time?
What are we doing? What are we doing? What is happening in this country?
Yeah.
And it's not just the Kolkata rape and murder horror. Similar cases have been reported not just from West Bengal, but then from Maharashtra as well. We're talking about Badlapur. And, you know, you're talking about logic, Shatrupa. There actually is no logic behind it. What has a minor done? What does a minor know to be, to be facing such a situation?
Swati, I was never ever talking about logic. I am saying that the chief minister brings up weird logic to justify a rape. No rape can be justified. If a woman is inflicted injustice against her will, it is wrong. If a woman says no, it is no. Here you have a situation. I'm not, not going to justify, not going to downgrade any rape. But here you have a girl who was a 31-year-old doctor who was raped and murdered in her workplace, which is supposed to be the safest area. Now, as far as what Seher has raised, what is happening on the national front, what are we doing? Yes, if you notice the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, which has now come out, one of the clauses in that is that there has to be immediate action whenever a woman's modesty is ravaged. Immediate action. And now, taking a leaf from there, the Ministry of Home Affairs has written to all states, of course, including West Bengal.
You know, lackadaisical attitude is something that has come to fore, whether it's West Bengal, whether it's Maharashtra, irrespective of the governments, because in case of Badlapur, immediately the POCSO case should have been registered. What happened? There was a delay. According to the reports coming in, the parents were made to wait at the police station. A similar approach in the Kolkata rape and murder horror as well. The parents were initially told by someone that it's a case of suicide. Then a post-mortem is conducted even before the FIR is registered. That's the delay that even the Supreme Court kept questioning time and again during that entire hearing. Mr. Ansari, the court asked, why was there a delay in registering the FIR? And there were no answers. There were no answers to those questions, Mr. Ansari.
I too believe, and I am too bewildered to know that why the complaint was not registered. And if it is not registered, I think the authority, the hospital authority, should bring to the court, and there should be the quantum of punishment.
But that didn't happen. The hospital authorities, the principal, who was the principal then, Mr. Sandeep Ghosh, did not come forward to register a complaint. Then what happens? What happens is given a new post. He is given a new post.
The court is there to give a punishment. It is not about any authority will give the punishment. It is the same way. And you say the social media newses are coming. Today only the Supreme Court has debunked about the 150 ml of the human fluids found in the body. The Supreme Court, the Honorable Judge Mr. Chandrachud has said that we know the actual amount, what the fact about the 150
you're focusing
mg.
on that, but you're not focusing on the pertinent questions asked. Nobody is discussing Nobody is discussing the rumors that were doing the rounds. What we are discussing is what the Supreme Court has also highlighted, Mr. Ansari. And those questions will have to be answered in this due course of the investigation, which the CBI is now conducting. There's a polygraph test happening as well of not just the prime accused, of Sandeep Ghosh, of the 4 doctors and 1 civic volunteer. Thank you very much, Seher Bhamla, Mr. Ansari and Shatrupa for joining us on the broadcast.